Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, and I'm coming at you today with a long form podcast talk type of video. And this one is how to de stress. And it is different for everyone. Some people, like my friend Sabrina, she just goes to shows. Although she's probably like ready to absolutely off herself right now because she hasn't been able to go to a show in like 10 months. And when I say show, I mean go to a concert, something where you're just racking against the cage, you're moshing, you're doing all that. And that's how a lot of people get stress out. That's how they just, feels good. Feels good moshing. Feels good getting hit. Feels good. Friend Lou knows he likes getting hit. Every time I hit him when we were sparring, he's like, it was good. But for some people, it is physical contact. And I don't mean like, like sexual physical contact, although I do mean that too. I mean like actual like hitting, like people playing football. Like, there's a line in, I think, Never Back Down, where this mother of one of the main protagonists, Jake Tyler, is just like, well, I worry, he always plays football and he's so angry, and he's just like, the guy who's training him is like, well, the kids are a lot less angry when they walk out of here than they are when they walk in. Just saying that, okay, this takes stress away and this will put your kid in a better mood. And I think that's a really underrated movie just because it kind of teaches you like, okay, well, this is a good way to get stress out. Like in something that Mr. Rogers in his neighborhood showed in, like, I don't know, one of his episodes where the king puppet was all like mad as fuck about something. And then he just, played the trumpet and suddenly he wasn't mad anymore. Mr. Rogers like, well, maybe he blew some of his madness out. I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. So instruments work, when sometimes when I would play violin, I'd get a little frustrated if I'm going to really, really hard parts, really intricate, and really, fingers can't move fast enough, and I can't do the fingering right, or, just the coordination is just hard. It's like, it's frustrating, but then once you get it, it's like, oh, wow, hey, I got it. I feel good. Releases dopamine in your brain, just saying like, hey, you are a good person. You did it. You did something. And it's worthwhile. People want to listen to it. Piano works too, I guess. For me, I love boxing. I love hitting the heavy bag, which I don't really do that much anymore. Sparring, I still do once in a while. I haven't done it in like a month though, but that's just something that I enjoy. I enjoy running, or I used to, and now it's so cold out. I pretty much like 2 minutes after I go outside, which I did the other day, it was like 30 degrees out. It was windy. I like immediately regretted my decision. I did like a mile and a half. I was like, I am done. I cannot do it. Like I knew like halfway through, I was like, I'm just going to turn back now. I can't do it. So I wanted to do like maybe 1.25 miles. And then I felt like such a fat ass because this guy, Lex Friedman, who's over in, I don't know where he lives, but he was someplace where it was snowing and he ran in the snow. He did like 10 miles. It was raining. I was like, this dude is a champion. And I felt so fat because he did it and he did like 6.5 times more than I did. It's like, wow, that hurts right in the feels. But whatever it is that you do, some people do drugs, and I will not condone most drug usage. But so if you're like, okay, acid or Molly or something that's shroom, something that's psychedelic, not addictive, something like that, yeah, sure, it's how you break through. Like, there's a song written about it. Break on through to the other side. I forget. What's the name of that song? Break on through to the other side. Is it just Break on Through?
This song?
No. The Doors.
I don't know.
Break on through. Break on. You don't know? All right, what? Okay, well, apparently he's not a Doors guy. But that's just something that I think is important. And that's just me. And other people do it. Well, some people, they like writing. They like drawing. And I guess that's art. You get it out in your art. For me, that's boxing. That's an art form to me. The same way where Jesse Pinkman goes to Walter White. It's like, yo, this is art, Mr. White, when they're making meth in the van. But the idea that some people, like, I love sex, and some people it's sex. Some people it's in the military. They try to teach you like, okay, you have 4 pillars here. You have 4, like, and the 4 pillars were I don't even remember what they were. I just remember there were 4 pillars, and went over this like once in a while because a lot of veterans, all active duty military, just high risk of suicide. So of course what they do is after a 12-hour shift, and all you want to do is go home, maybe go to the gym, maybe, crack open a beer. It's like, no, you have to stay for a mandatory safety meeting, which takes 2 hours. You don't want to fucking be there. And it makes me want to fucking kill yourself. But I digress. It's all in the past. But no, sometimes people they enjoy those 10-mile hikes. They enjoy going to work on their days off because they get called in because they feel like they did something. And okay, fair point. I never didn't feel like I did something. Like, I always felt at the end of the day, no matter how sucky it was, no matter how, like, okay, in a 60K, have to make sure, yep, this is good, it's going on, have to stick your thumb out of the window when you're in there, and for 40 minutes where it's snowing and you have to do it because the light wands aren't working anymore. I always feel like you did something, at least for me. There's some people, unfortunately, where they are just in soul-sucking jobs, where they're just in finance, they're in something else where they just hate their job. As do some people in medical, they hate their job. Some people in service. I'm pretty sure there's some people in every other position that hates their jobs. Security forces most of the time, standing at the gate, just checking IDs, probably hate their jobs. I know they do. I'm friends with a lot of them. But that's the key, is whatever it is, as long as you're really not hurting yourself, and that's what you got to do. I thought it was pretty fun to be able the other day to follow-up video on Elliot Page and say, like, oh yeah, boys shouldn't like girl things, as I paint my nails for it. And of course I didn't get a lot of views, so please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. This is just something that I think is important, because if you don't do that, you get too into a routine that's not good for you. The stress just builds on, and your brain starts shorting. It doesn't work the way it used to. And like, I have not taken a vacation this year. And the last 2 weeks of December, you ain't ever going to see me. Now, I'll still be making videos. I'll still be doing Pokemon sales data and maybe Tesla stock videos. But as far as work goes, I need to just go away from my girlfriend for a week and just bang it out. No, if that's what you do, that's what you do. Again, whatever you want to do, find out what it is, find out what you enjoy, and take the time to do it minimum once a month. I mean, you should do it as much as possible. I work out every day. Try to every day. But even if it's just for a little bit, if it's video games, do it for like 20 minutes a night before you go to bed. And I know that's probably not the best thing to do, is, being around electronics right before you go to bed, but if that's the only time you can do it, just do it. Guys, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Plug in the Patreon down below, because that's what I do. For the Tesla videos and the Pokemon videos, I do all that for free. So Patreon is very, very, very much appreciated. I love you all. Bye.